We are ready to go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. I greet every one of you, and I say, may Chukwu Okike my guide and protect every one of you. Greetings, Biafrans. Greetings, lovers of freedom. I say Happy New Year to every Biafrans and lovers of freedom out there. As you all know that this is my first live broadcast in the year of Chukwu Okike Abiama, onye pụrụ ime ihe niile. And I say, wherever you are watching, please endeavor to invite your friends and family, including the enemies, because we are about to kick off the new year in a way that a lot of people will be left confused. But before I proceed, I will first of all greet the leader of indigenous people of Biafra in the person of Mazi Nnamdi Okukanu. I say, good day, sir, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and a happy new year, wherever you are. And I also greet the leadership of IPOB, the Directorate of State, led by Mazi Chika Edoziem, with other members. I greet every one of you and every IPOB principal officers. I salute you all. And I greet our gallant men, Eastern Security Network, ESN. I salute all of you, your gallantness. And also, I greet the media warriors, the IPOB media warriors. It doesn't matter if you're a writer or you're a broadcaster or whatever you are in, as far as you fall in the category of media warrior. I salute you for your work. I also salute those who are not registered IPOB member, but they are in support of what we are doing. I say, I salute you all. And every IPOB member, wherever you are worldwide, those that are paying their monthly dues, those that have been in different protests, those that are making a lot of sacrifice to make sure that this Biafra restoration come to pass, come to fulfillment. I salute you all. And I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama reward every one of you abundantly. This morning, this afternoon, this evening, depending on your time zone or depending at the point you come across this video, I want you to pay attention to everything I am about to say here. My name is Mazi Achebe Paul. And Mazi Achebe Paul here from Omambala province, Biafra land. And also an IPOB member who has paid his monthly dues up to date and also paid his BDF up to date and is still doing everything within his capacity as an IPOB member in order to make sure that Biafra is restored. And not just that, Mazi Achebe Paul is also a bona fide IPOB media warrior. Not just a media warrior, but outstanding media warrior who is fearless when it comes to saying the truth. The only man who can say the truth regardless of who is involved. And I learned that from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he said we should stand on the truth at all costs. Today being the 13th day of January 2024, and also the first broadcast I will make this year. This message, my message today goes to the IPOB leadership. You know, when I said IPOB leadership, I mean the Directorate of State with every other IPOB principal officers. My message today goes to every one of you, and also the IPOB media warriors. This message also goes to you all. And I don't want you to see this message as an insult or as an attack, but I want you to listen to this my broadcast or this my message today with an open mind, with open heart, without sentimental, without being biased. I want you to pick the point in every nonsense, pick the sense, and throw away the none. Because in every nonsense, there is a sense. That is why you must call it nonsense. There is no nonsense without a sense. And I also, for those of you who will pick it as an offense or who will take it as an avenue to come direct or to direct any attack on me, I want to guarantee you and assure you that this 2024 is a new ball game. This 2024, I, MAP, Ezioku Bundo, one in Biafra land, don't have time for any saga or any them say on social media. I mean business this time around. And I have come to stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stand for. First of all, I will start thanking the leadership of IPOB, the Directorate of State, for their resolute and for standing tall towards Biafra restoration. I want to thank them for making sure that there is something called IPOB up to date. I want to thank them for everything they have done. They are human beings also. We understand that. I want to thank every one of them for every effort they have made in one way or the other. I want to thank all of them. I will not be mentioning names because I don't know them by their names. I don't know all of them. That is why I will not be mentioning names. And I might forget some names if I were to be mentioning the names. On that note, I will say that all protocols are being duly observed. And I also thank IPOB coordinators, starting from national coordinators to the unit coordinators and every IPOB member. Now, my message to the leadership of IPOB, let's go there. I am born not to be afraid of any person. I respect every human being, regardless of who you are. I respect every person, whether you are small or big. I respect you, and I am not afraid of anyone. Respect is not afraid. I want to tell the leadership of IPOB that a lot is going wrong. And I want them to know that if Biafra is restored today, all of them, their names will be written on a gold. They will take the glory. At the same time, I want to let them know that if the IPOB crumble today, they are the people we are going to hold responsible for whatever that happened. So they must know that if it's good, they will take the glory. If it is bad, they will also take the blame. And I want to tell the IPOB leadership that the continuous detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lies in Biafra restoration. And the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do not lie in the hands of Nigeria government. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do not lie in the hands of Fulani Caliphate. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do not lie in the international bodies. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do not lie in any other place except them, the leadership, whom Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have handed over this struggle to pilot it. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lies in the hands of DOS and the entire Biafrans. Why I say so is because the leadership are the people who is piloting the affairs, day-to-day activities of IPOB. And I want to tell them that the continuous silence towards Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra restoration is no longer doing IPOB nor Biafrans any good. It is no longer a welcoming development. A lot of people are bittered. A lot of people are frustrated. A lot of people are no longer with their mind. I want to tell them that the continuous silence of the leadership and the non-invent towards Biafra restoration is contributing to the continual detaining of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If truly we want freedom, I want them to know that we don't go for peace. We go for freedom. Because in freedom lies the peace. I don't see any reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in DSS dungeon and we will be celebrating the calmness of the Southeast and we will be celebrating and dancing. It is not a result. I don't see any reasons why Biafra is not yet restored. And we are counting our buildings as an achievement. We don't go for development while we are still fighting for freedom. We go for freedom before development. I want IPOB leadership to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in a right place where he will be for Biafra to be restored. And it is left for us, as he is in the right place where he's supposed to be for Biafra to be restored, for us to fight for the freedom of Biafra, for the restoration of Biafra. That is the place where the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lies. I always tell people that the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lies in Biafra restoration, and Biafra restoration does not lie in the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a guarantee that his freedom have been secured or that he have gotten freedom. But restoring Biafra is a guarantee that his freedom have come to stay. In 2015, we have an opportunity to restore Biafra when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to the prison and we mistakenly abandoned the freedom of Biafra and chased the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That moment we start fighting for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instead of Biafra restoration. That moment we lost the directions of restoring Biafra. I will tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the freedom he got in 2017 is not freedom. Rather, it was what endangered his life. If we fight for Biafra restoration, that's where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom lies. The parents of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu could not have died at the process. A lot of you will say that the death of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu parents is God's will. I will tell you, it is not God's will. It is it is our, what will I call it? It is our negligence that led to the death of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's parents. It is the negligence of Biafrans and the negligence of IPOB that cost the life of Igwe Israel Oku Kanu and the life of Lolo Ugegbe Oku Kanu. Because if we do what we're supposed to do at the right time, we could have saved their life. Now, we secured the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and endangered the entire family, which prompted for the Nigerian government to use their army to attack his family, that lead to the loss of 28 men. Add to the husband and wife, making it 30, including Jad. I want to call on IPOB leadership to put power torture aside. There is a lot of power torture in IPOB, and I am begging and calling on them to put power torture, ego, pride aside towards this Biafra restoration. The IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu handed over to them is not the same IPOB I am seeing now. And I am calling on the head of Directorate of State, Mazi Chika Edoziem, to know that the IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu handed over to him is not the same IPOB that it is now. I want him to step up the game. In my own opinion, I am not commanding any person. I am not commanding any person. Let the leadership, first of all, go and for unification of IPOB and the Biafrans. IPOB and the Biafrans need to come together as a group of people. A lot of you will disagree that there is peace and harmony in IPOB. If you are that, you are deceiving yourself. You are very far from the truth. I am that one person that don't pretend that all is well, while all is not well. The current IPOB, all is not well. And I will say, it is no longer news that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family are working hand to hand. And I want the IPOB leadership to make peace with the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is my opinion. And also, I am suggesting that the leadership of IPOB need to bring together every movement that are fighting for Biafra restoration. The kidnap and the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be the only thing that will unite every Biafran agitators together. The moment every IPOB and every agitators come together, not to become one family of IPOB. When I say coming together, is to make peace. When I say IPOB, other agitators, I mean both the Biafran National Guard, the Biafran Nation League, and every other one that I don't know their names. I am not talking about those that are using IPOB to scam people. I want them to unify everybody, and everybody will have his or her own mission. And everybody will be carrying out their work. I want the IPOB leadership to put a stop on the attack against any pro-Biafran group by any media warrior. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be the happiest man to come out and see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be the happiest man to come out and see that all the agitation group take because of him and come together to face one enemy. A lot of you will not understand what I am saying, but in the future, you will understand it. I am one of those who sees ahead. I don't see behind. I see ahead. I see things ahead before it starts happening. No nation can be restored through saga or through you the mad, you the craze, through onye ọbụla afụ akwapụ onye ahụ. And no nation can be restored when the people are not together as one. A nation can be restored when her citizens are together fighting for it, not fighting themselves. We have cried about how the Nigerian government took us unaware. But I think that 2.5 years or almost 3 years is enough for us to put everything together and put all the crises behind us and fight for Biafra restoration. I am sending this message to the Directorate of State. It is their duty to unify our people. It is their duty to bring every Biafrans together. It is the duty of the leadership to make sure that everyone have a direction. It is their duty to make peace among every one of us. We have disagreed, and it is time for us to agree for one purpose. We cannot restore Biafra with disagreement. We cannot restore Biafra with this one is not our own, this one is not our own. We need everyone to restore Biafra. I am not here for you to like me. I am not here for you to clap for me. I am not here for you to praise me. But I am here to tell you the truth that we hurt you. But end of the day, if you follow it, that will be the truth. If the leadership of IPOB can take the purpose of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra restoration and unite every person together, let us come together and face the real enemies. For the past 3 years or the past 2 years plus, since 2021, we have not faced the real enemies. The reasons why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention is because we have lacked focus. We lose focus. We leave the enemies and we start fighting ourselves. If the person is telling us that the Nigeria government can release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without any action being taken or without anything being done, or you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the international law recognize his right and the right of referendum, that means we don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out. I also send this message to the leadership of IPOB, and I want to let them know that it is very shameful thing that we are fighting for freedom at the same time making peace and having a good transaction with our enemies. We don't have anything. It is very shameful that the Fulanis are still bringing their cows in thousands and living in Biafra land, making business, tranquility, everywhere is peace. It is very shameful things. You cannot be fighting for freedom at the same time making peace with your enemies. Your enemy is enemy, and it will be they will be treated as enemy. We don't need the peace between us and the Fulani in Biafra land, because that have given them the chance for them to destroy us. We saw video that the Fulani people went to Umuahia and they destroyed the farmland. It is a clear evidence that we are still harboring and bringing them to our land. Some of you will say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that let there be peace in Biafra land. Yes, let there be peace between Biafrans, not let there be peace between the enemies of Biafrans in Biafra land. Any work you are doing for more than a year supposed to be manifesting by itself. You don't need to explain your actions or your achievements to any person. Your actions and achievements should speak for himself. But for now, I must tell you the truth. I am not seeing any result, nor any action, nor anything, achievement. We leave only the lawyers to fight for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which the lawyers, 1 million lawyers alone cannot restore Biafra for us. If we repeat the mistake of 2015, when we abandon the restoration of Biafra and they start pursuing if we make the same mistake we made in 2015 again, Biafra will be delayed for another decade. Like I said before, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in a right place where he's supposed to be for Biafra to be restored. What we need to do now is not all about calling for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's all about going for what we will do and the Biafra will be restored. Because the only thing that can give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom is the restoration of Biafra. And I want the leadership of IPOB to channel their effort towards Biafra restoration. I hate this statement that is coming from some of them that we are keeping IPOB so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come and continue where he stopped. It is a statement that shows that IPOB is stagnant. You don't keep IPOB for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and start where he has stopped. He have given you the leadership. Your actions now is justifiable. You cannot tell me we are waiting until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out before anything can be done towards Biafra restoration. It is a sign of failure on your own part. You will say others, some people will say, what are you doing? I am not the leadership. The leadership are the people who will make the move for the people to follow them. A lot of people are now turning are now going back to one Nigeria because they don't understand what we IPOB is doing. A lot of people no longer pay attention to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A lot of people are no longer interested in Biafra restoration. A lot of people are now interested in one Nigeria. Ask yourself this question. After you build the entire Igbo, after your development, and the Fulanis bring what to you, what is your gain? You will start afresh. That is why let us have our own freedom first before we will now start campaigning for development. Because development comes after your freedom. Your freedom first. The entire Biafran today only remember Mazi Nnamdi Kanu once in a while because the heat for Biafra restoration is no longer there. And I want the leadership of IPOB to know that the truth remains that many of the coordinators and the many of IPOB are afraid of suspension letter. And because of that, they cannot speak the truth nor tell them their mind. That is why a lot of them are into TikTok, doing all manner of nonsense. Some of them don't even have any IPOB, anything in their platforms. Some of them have moved on. They only come for, if they call them for meeting, they come there. Some will be sleeping during the meeting. Why some will just say, let's be there. If you can have the mind of the truth of the coordinators, you will know that a lot of them keeping silent or shouting the leadership are wise. They are not truly with you people. We must not wait until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu die before we will now fight for the restoration of Biafra. Let us not repeat the mistake of 2015. I don't mean any insult, but the truth must be told. This leadership of IPOB, we are not doing enough. We are not doing enough for the Biafra restoration. The Biafra land, there is nothing shows that these people are fighting for Biafra restoration. I must tell you the truth. When I say action, action is not all about going for war, because at this point, I must tell ourselves the truth. This current IPOB members now have the Nigerian mentality. When you call for action, they will say, oh, you are calling for war. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu call for a referendum, Nigerian people will say you are calling for war. The same thing is what the current IPOB people are doing. When you tell them that we need something to be done for Biafra to be restored, they will not jump out and say you are calling for war. Action is not all about war. And a lot of them, a lot of people will not tell the leadership the truth. What is holding IPOB down is because many people are afraid of suspension. When people speak, they will be suspended. And I am calling on the leadership to stop that. Before you suspend person, let there be evaluation of the crime the person committed. Because there is a way you will put your suspension letter. You suspend people. That suspension memo will have no value any longer. When the suspension is given anyhow, the people will no longer respect nor fear the memo. When you tell them you will be suspended, they will not tell you, after all, people are being suspended for nothing, so you can go ahead and suspend me. But when there is a limit and there is something, when you threaten person with suspension, the person will have a shock because it will be justified when a suspension is given. But a lot of people have been suspended unjustifiable. A lot of people have been expelled for just a mere gossip or for some selfish interest of some people. If we want to get it right, we must stop crying Simon Ekpa this, Simon Ekpa that. Those of you crying for Simon Ekpa should stop crying for Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is no longer the problem that is holding Biafra not to come. He is not the person holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon. We are the people holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because we are sleeping. On this note, I am begging IPOB leadership, the Directorate of State, to know what to do to bring the people mind back to Biafra restoration. We should focus on what to do for Biafra to be restored. We should not stop waiting until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out before we know what to do. Every eyes and everybody is looking up to the leadership. And for the past 3 years, we are hoping on the lawyer. The leadership have told us that they are coming. They are planning. You cannot tell me that you are planning for past 3 years and you have not arrived in anything that you need to be doing. Taking 3 years to make one plan or two plans, at least that plan should be manifesting today, now, in Biafra land. I am against anyone talking about peace with Fulani, making about telling us that one of the achievements of our leadership is our people go to East in December and they celebrate December with calmness. That is not achievement. That is an insult to the Biafra movement. If we want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out, The pressure that will be mounted on Nigeria government because of Biafra restoration is what will bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. I am not here to tell you what to do, but I am here to tell you the truth that the masses, the Biafrans, are no longer happy of the silence of the leadership. The Biafrans are no longer happy of the inactions of the leadership. Nobody is happy. Anyone telling you that he or she is happy is deceiving him or herself, or also maybe the person is part and parcel of the what is happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We cannot be here telling you that everything is going. We are hitting them hard. We are not hitting anyone hard. Enough supposed to be enough. There are people we know that these are our enemies, and it's time we now confront them. Like I said, I don't see any reason why Fulanis will still be having their cows in Biafra land. We are living in peace with the Fulanis. I don't see any reason. It's a slap on our faces, and we are. How can we tell the world that we are making, we want peace? They are slaughtering us. I am not receiving call, please. I don't need any call for now. How can we tell the world that we are living with peace, at peace with our enemies, at the same time we want freedom? A lot is going wrong. If nobody will say it, I will say it. I am used to be to punishment that given to me for saying the truth, and I will not stop speaking the truth, regardless of. And what I am speaking here, I am speaking it as an IPOB member, registered member, an oath member who have paid his monthly dues and they paid anything that is payable in IPOB. And I must tell you that I am not happy. And I know millions of people are not happy. If you get angry of what I am saying, ask yourself, as a Biafran, since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been kidnapped, what have you done to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Or what have you done to restore Biafra? Or do we think that Biafra will be restored through court process? Do we think that Biafra will be restored through a Supreme Court of Nigeria? Do we think that Biafra will be restored through Aloy Ejimako, Barrister Ejiofor, Ezekome, or Kanu Agabi, or Maxwell, or through anywhere? Biafra can be only restored through the leadership of IPOB, the Directorate of State. The actions they take today towards Biafra restoration is what will restore Biafra, not any lawyer or any person. Nothing is working. Let us stop pretending. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is dying. And we are used to because of people, and we are not fighting for Biafra restoration. These have given room for the Igbo politicians to be using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to campaign. And when they use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to campaign, we will now come out and say, don't use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to campaign. Are we fighting for Biafra restoration and they are using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to campaign? We give them the room for them to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to campaign for their political selfish interests. If we did not give them the room, if we are doing everything to restore Biafra and they are feeling the heat, Nobody will come out to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and say that he is negotiating for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. There is no politician supposed to be negotiating for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. The only thing the politician supposed to be negotiating is Biafra restoration, Biafra referendum. But because the leadership of IPOB have made it as if we just focus on the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't think this person knows that I'm on air. And I don't want to receive call. This is not a contribution broadcast. I just want to speak after I have speak. Mazi Lion Man, I will call you back, please. Allow me to round up. I will call you back. The reasons why the politicians are using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, saying they are negotiating for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is because we abandoned the Biafra restoration project and the focus on the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, knowing fully well that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is inside Biafra restoration. So we have to make it the first thing we should be chasing now is Biafra restoration, the Biafra referendum. And when we are talking about Biafra referendum, not to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not release no. We shouldn't focus on release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No. We should focus on the Biafra restoration, because in Biafra restoration lies the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot restore Biafra and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be in DSS dungeon. If you free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have you asked yourself, where is he going to be? Where will he stay? How can you protect? What type of security are you going to give him? Are you going to give him Nigerian security, Nigerian army to protect him in Nigeria? Or you think that with this hand we are going, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released and he will be saved in Afaruku? In 2017, he was released and he went to Afaruku and they sent the military to go and kill him. And we want to repeat the same mistake where we will now release him again and we will now endanger him times 10 of what he have already passed through. If we don't want to endanger the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let us focus on the Biafra restoration, Biafra referendum. We should stop, since we are not fighting. That is why when I see our people saying, don't use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu name for this politician, like the one, the deputy speaker, using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and say that he is only concerned about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom, that's nothing more. Because there is no sign, nor any motive or any move to show that we, the IPOB, are not fighting for just Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. We should have shown them that we are fighting for Biafra restoration. We are fighting for Biafra restoration, and we are at the same time saying that we and the Fulani make peace. The world, the Britain is looking for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which means he cannot be freed and come back to Britain because he is fighting Britain. The same way I am fighting Britain. You cannot release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and leave him in Nigeria because he is fighting Nigeria and Nigeria is looking for him. He is not safe in Nigeria. He is not safe in Britain. He is not safe even in Kenya. He is not safe in Ghana. He is not safe in any part of the world except the Biafra is restored. That is why I am calling on this current leadership to step up their games so that our people will know that what we are fighting for is not the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, rather the freedom of Biafran, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom is inside. And we can only achieve this. Imagine if we can put every person together. I must say it, whether we like it or not. This current leadership need to unite with the Kanu family so that I am not saying that everybody will come and be this, but let there be peace. Let's stop the attack on each other. Because with my experience and what I have seen in the past few days or years, it shows that order is coming from them. We have accused Aloy Ejimako. End of the day, when our Mazi Benjamin Madbug visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he came out and said that every message passed by Aloy Ejimako come from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In other words, we have attacked him for nothing. We have attacked so many people, which end of the day, we confirm that the message they passed came from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. On that note, I am calling on the leadership. If we truly want Biafra to be restored, let us first unify ourselves. If we are not together, we cannot restore Biafra. The first sign to show that we are fighting for Biafra is coming together as Biafrans. Every attack on each other should stop. Remember, when Simon Ekpa is starting, I made a broadcast like this, and I said that all the media warriors should not attack him. Allow him to be that if he is genuine, he will rise. If he is not genuine, he will die a natural death. But if we continue attacking him, that we will give him the ladder to move. A lot of people say that I am an idiot. They even tagged me an autopilot that led to my name being called on Radio Biafra with no any investigation. Nobody investigated, just that sack him. He is supporting Simon Ekpa without any investigation. End of the day, I can stand here today and tell you that the place where Simon Ekpa is standing today, the IPOB media and the IPOB gave him the ladder to climb. If we did not give him the ladder, he will not be where he is today. And I said it earlier. As I am saying it for now, a lot of you will still say, Mazi, you are sounding somehow. I see tomorrow. I see ahead. I know what is about to come. I am not here for you to clap for me. I am not here for you to love me. I am not here for you to like me. I am here to tell you the truth. If you like, hate me from now till thy kingdom come, it will not reduce anything from me. The most important thing, my happiness, is that I will always say that truth that anyone is afraid to say. And I know that what I am saying here, a lot of you know that it's truth, but because of fear of suspension, you will not say it. Because of fear, they will tag you autopilot, you will not say it. There are a lot of things we're supposed to do, but when people say it, you will say you are thinking like autopilot, which is a lie. We should stop that mentality. Now, another thing I want the leadership to warn the IPOB members is when persons say, let us do something, you people should stop saying you are calling for war. That is Nigerian mentality. And I think in every nonsense I said here, let there be 1 or 2 cents you pick. Because this 2024, I will not involve myself in attacking this one, attacking this one. If that will lead to my expel, I will welcome it wholeheartedly, with happiness. But truth must be told. It is right time we now change the game and we show the world that we are united. We can't restore Biafra with the kind of hatred, deceit, and the divide we have now. If anyone telling you that with this kind of condition we are as a Biafra now, the IPOB are not united, I must tell you the truth. The kind of hatred we have among ourselves is beyond imagination. The kind of stud we put ourselves is beyond imagination. If you have different feeling, your different opinion, automatically the person become a saboteur to your eye. We don't even know the criteria to have to be called a saboteur any longer. For Biafra to be restored, the leadership of IPOB, because all the agitation group, I will tell you that the pillar and the people are looking up to is the IPOB leadership. And for any peace to be in Biafra land, the people that will still make that move is the leadership of IPOB. Let's come together, because Ohanes Ndigbo is not united. Ndigbo Nkiti is not united. There is no Biafran group that is united. Every group want to do it. It's only IPOB will do it. The Biafran National Guard say only them will do it. Biafran National League say only them will do it. If all these people, when I say let them come together, it's not let them join IPOB. Let's stop attacking each other. Let's have this division. If this one, be your brother's keeper. If Nigerian army is attacking BNG, we should help BNG. If Nigerian army is attacking Biafran Nation League, let us help them and intervene. If they are attacking IPOB, let others still intervene. Don't say, oh, they are doing it, we want them. Those things, we have done that in the past. There is no any pressure that have the IPOB have put in a place for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. There is no any pressure. And any day that pressure come in, believe you me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. And I am begging the leadership of IPOB. I beg the leadership of IPOB to look into unifying of our people, number one, and check if you are an IPOB and you know you don't have the capacity to lead, you resign honorably. Allow those that have the capacity to take over the position so that we will make something. You will not take because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appointed you there, and you know that you don't have what it takes at this point of time to pilot this movement. You shouldn't take because of shame and you occupy the space. No. What you need to do is look around you. Who is there that have the capacity? Tell him, brother, take this position. Explain to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why the white people always achieve something. If you are in a position, you know that you don't have what it takes. You don't have what it takes to move it. You resign so that the people that have the what it takes to will take the position. It is true that a lot of you got that position because when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu needed people, you people are the first. You are the first does not mean that you have the capacity to be there. Please, I am begging the leadership, check within yourselves. If any of you know that you don't have the capacity to lead, we have seen a lot of sluggish people holding posts. I don't want to mention name, but you know yourself. A lot of reports will be on your table. You will be sleeping on duty. A lot of you need to resign and put people that can do it. Because this is a struggle. It's a movement. You must not say, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put you there, you must be there until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, knowing fully that you don't have something to offer. In a position. To me, it's a waste of time. It's another type of sabotaging the movement. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone cannot restore Biafra. I must tell you the truth. So, in my message to the leadership, to just give the recap, is one, if you know you don't have anything to offer, and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put you in that position, please resign honorably. Check around, put somebody who have the capacity, who have something to offer to be there. That is number one. Number two, let us do something towards Biafra restoration. Let us show the world that we are fighting for Biafra restoration. We don't have anything called peace with the Fulani. The banning of Fulani cow, there's we have to enforce it. Let everybody go their land, and the leadership need to look into that. The others, your people have put in a place, look in a way to enforce some of them. That is number two. Number three, you must unite Biafrans to have one force. Check around the world. I have never seen any country fighting for the freedom of their people and at the same time fighting themselves and get their freedom. Number four, we must not make the mistake we made in 2015 when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in a place where he's supposed to be for Biafra to be restored, and we start fighting for position, power torture. We must put power torture aside and put those braggness aside and the fight for referendum. Now that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS dungeon, is in the captivity, is in the hands of captivity, let us fight for Biafra restoration, because that is the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Number five, order of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be obeyed. You don't select the one that fits you and the one that doesn't fit you. I have seen a lot of order given by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and it's not carried out. And before I forget, we must look into some things some of our prophets said. And one of the prophets that says something that was neglected is one of the living prophets, Akaji of Igbo, Sampe Master. I can remember vividly, he made and he passed this message to the leadership that there are some certain things that need to be done. That's, I think that was 2022. And those things, nobody did it till date. Please, we must look for Sampe Master to check the remedy of that prophecy that we did not carry out. And the negligence of our own prophet should stop. I am saying my own opinion. If you like, call me any name. Obi Nozim Nazum. I don't give a fuck. My ear, I don't listen to side talk any longer. I face reality this time around. And when we say reality, we must confront issue the way it is, not by pretending. Then, the IPOB must let us unite with the people of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and also unite every IPOB member. That is the only message I have for the leadership. Now, come to the media warriors. IPOB media warriors, all of you have done marvelously well. But I must tell us the truth. We all have been fooled and we have done foolishly at the same time. I didn't take myself out. I am part and parcel of the good and bad of the IPOB. I will first of all tell each and every one of you that if you allow any person, any principal officer, use you against your brother, no one day that another principal officer will use another person against you. I have seen the gang up against some of our own, most especially against Metusela and Wande Mekisede. I am not talking about myself because someone else here, and all of you are being contracted to gang up let me tell you, if you think you are doing a great job, your downfall is also coming. I want the media warrior to be strong, and I want the leadership to also know that if the media warriors don't have direction, if the media warriors are scattered, are doing anyhow, let them know that the media warrior represents the achievement, because the media warrior represents the achievement and the plans of IPOB. So if the head is okay, this should reflect to the media warriors. I will forget that, and I will add that message to the leadership. I want the leadership to also know that if the media warriors are in a right direction and the focus, they should also know that them are in the right direction and focus. But if the media warriors are scattered and everybody don't have direction, they should know that it's a result that is coming from the leadership, because the media warriors are being controlled by the leadership. And when you protect a corrupt media warrior, believe you me, it takes for you to protect one corruption, you need to create more corruption to protect one. That is how corruption expands. For example, the idiot in South Africa is very corrupt, and the IPOB leadership turned blind eye. I will say it. I don't care, but I must tell you the truth. With what that idiot is doing, it is a clear sign that there is a lot of corruption, and there is a people harboring corruption in IPOB. You cannot tell a person that a corruption is celebrated as a disgrace, as a grace. It's only in Nigeria a corruption is being celebrated. For some people to come on air to tell you that because they are corrupt, it's called grace. They will do evil, and because they know contact. The same way we now have contact in Nigeria government. If you are join APC, every evil you do will be protected. We should know that by harboring the idiot in South Africa, automatically we are harboring a corruption. I will say it. Now, the media warrior, I want every reasonable media warrior to sit down and ask him or herself one question. Is what we are doing for the past 2 years and till today, what is the result? What is our focus? Attacking one another is not what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu teach us. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was with us, no media warrior attack any media warrior. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in charge, no media warrior will open his or her platform and be talking about a fellow media warrior without being corrected. But in the past 3 years, it has been media warrior against media warrior, IPOB against IPOB, while the Nigeria government are free. All of us are hypocrites. We have many hypocrites, pretenders among ourselves. And I want every media warrior to cease attack on each other this 2024. Let us focus and face our real enemy. If somebody is preaching, let's go back to our root, which is facing the reality. You as a Christian, you don't need to tag the person a sabo. Confront the person on that live video. Have a debate. You and the person. Men chip on that debate. After it, who win the argument? You move on. The media warrior should be an example for others to learn. But I will tell you that the media warrior, as this current situation, is nothing to write home about. The current media warrior are not doing the work that they're supposed to be doing. The current media warrior is like a sheep without a shepherd. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was with us, we searched for the information about Nigerian government, about the Fulani Caliphate, how to expose Fulanis, how to expose the Nigerian evil government. But since the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have been attacking and exposing one another, washing our dirty clothes outside. I have sat down to check every of our activities since the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and it does not go well with me. I check my broadcast before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, and I check my broadcast after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. If nobody will speak this truth, I will speak it. A lot of you that call yourself media warriors cannot confidently call your fellow media warriors to have a normal discussion. Ask yourself, what is the reason? The reason is because of lack of trust. Ask yourself, the same way you cannot relax to discuss a Biafran related issue with your fellow media warrior because you are afraid he will be using it against you. That is the same thing that is happening in the leadership. And I am calling the media warriors. You are the face of this struggle. Let us correct this attack on ourselves. Let us make the corrections and they stop every attack on ourselves, regardless of your differences. If you're a Christian, ask yourself this simple question. The Christianity you are defending, what good have it brought to you? I want you people as a Christian to learn how to go for a debate. Bring your point. Come out. Debate it out. We can only learn through debate. But being on your platform, gossiping on another, will not make any point. We have done this for the past 2 years. We escalated a lot of rubbish. And I say, media warriors, know your positions. Let us focus on Nigeria government. If any principal officer call you and tell you, Mazi, come and talk about this person, they hear kepu, tell him to report to the leadership. Not, we should stop talking about any person on the social media. The way our informations are flying on internet, ask yourself, have you seen any leak video voice record of Fulani people? If Boko Haram and Fulanis can be having meeting together and they carry out, plan everything without leaking it, it shows that they trust themselves, they have confidence. But can we, between ourselves, have that kind of meeting without being leaked? There is no confidence. And we are parading ourselves as the most wisest people. For me, I don't see any person who believes in Christianity as a saboteur. I only see the person as one of the people that I need to wake up. when we are preaching about facing the reality, you should tell yourself, if the reverend fathers and every religious leader is teaching what the facing reality, let's go back to our root, is teaching now, we will be in this mess we are into. We are easily manipulated because our brain are open to be manipulated. We did not get the right teaching to think right. If we think right, nobody will deceive you. And I want those of us who are preaching the reality, let's go back to our root, to also know that our people who are Christians don't know what freedom is all about. And they must tell ourselves the truth. The reasons, there's a lot of things I wanted to say, but because of one or two things, I don't want to say them. I will say them maybe another day. I want us to know that we have a lot of work to do on how to make sure that those people wake up. But we must not take it personal like Mazi Metusela wrote on his platform. On this note, I will just say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama bless you all. I will call my brother back who have called me several times because I promised to. But today's program, I am not doing program for call. I only call him for me as a mark of respect. If he will pick. Then if not, I round up. I have done my part. It's like he is busy. To ramp everything up, because I am not here today to make a broadcast where people will be calling. Or let me just give this grace. If you want to call, I will give just 30 minutes for people to call. If you have any question or whatever to say, let it not be that I just make broadcasts and cut people off not to say their opinion. But if you call to curse any person, I will cut you off. If you want to call, you can call me now. Then you say whatever you want to say because I'm about to end this thing. But my message today is that IPOB media warriors, all of us need to come together to face Nigerian government. Let us expose them. That is all I have to tell you. I don't have any enemy and I don't have any friend. For those of you looking at me, ask any person in IPOB. I don't call people. I bet my IPOB can be our contact. When we do contact, and about my IPOB can show any money I make business. In trying my business, I know the people I will do business with. I know where to go, and I know how to get contact. We're now divide on wine. The division is too much. Let us start healing our wound, healing ourselves. Let us start coming together. Let us start to fight for Biafra restoration. What we need now is to do everything within our capacity for Biafra referendum to come. And that is where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom lies. Enough of sitting back and saying, we are waiting, we are waiting. If anything happens, all those things should stop. All those things should stop. That's all I have to tell you. I remember my humble self, MAP, Ezoku Bundo, one in Biafra land. And I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama, onye pụrụ ime ihe niile, guide and protect you. If we don't fight for Biafra restoration now, to restore Biafra, believe you me, By the time we will start, it will be too late. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the right place for us to fight for Biafra. Anything we do now is justifiable. We are doing it to release our leader and also for the Biafra restoration to be restored. Like somebody asked, and they said we should abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and fight for Biafra restoration. Then after we will go and to obey him. It shows that you still have a lot to learn about restoration of any nation. Nelson Mandela came out from where? From prison to become what? The president. Do they restore the nation? And before going for his release, some of you don't know that the moment Biafra is restored, that is automatic freedom. You cannot conduct. The day you secure a date for referendum is the day you secure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. Any day you secure a date for referendum is the date you secure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. If you like, bail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out, you have not given him freedom. If you like, release him from DSS, that is not freedom. You endanger his life again. And I don't want to endanger the life of my prophet, the life of my leader, the life of my Messiah, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is why I tell you, we should be fighting for Biafra restoration. A lot of people have given up on Biafra restoration because there is nothing going on towards the Biafra restoration. We are afraid of what the world will say. The world will not say anything. If the world did not say anything about the 3-point-something million that was slaughtered during Biafran war, and the world did not say anything on the slaughter going on in the whole of the zoo, what make you think that the world will say anything about 3,000 Indigo killed in these 2 years? They will not say anything. We are the people that will say anything. Like I said, the freedom of Biafra lies in Biafra people, and the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lies in our hands. Any action we take today will determine our freedom. MAP eziokwu bụ ndụ. One, if you like, from now till thy kingdom come, I don't give a fuck. Amalo me name exist. Okay, but that truth, so far then on this platform, you will be hearing it. And those of you who are in the comment section, when somebody posts something, you start commenting rubbish. You are calling for war. Remove Nigerian mentality from you. Nigerian court cannot give you freedom. IPOB lawyers cannot give us freedom. And it is very shameful that we are getting information of what is happening in IPOB from Nigerian news. It is very shameful. That's all I have to tell you. Thank you and remain blessed.